Hey guys, welcome back to Yogana. My name is Anna, and today we're going to be doing a flow for happiness. So we'll focus on a lot of heart openers and really building up your endorphins to create a space of happiness, whether you're already in a good mood and want to sustain it, or if you're in a lower mood and need a little bit of happiness in your life. So go ahead and hop onto your mats and we'll get started. All right, guys, let's go ahead and start in recline cobbler's pose. So we're just going to start on our backs. The knees are going to be out wide as the feet come together. And as always, an option here to lessen the intensity is to take the toes forward, if not fully extend them. So just coming onto your back if that feels better. You definitely don't want any pinching or pain in the low back space, which you might feel in this posture. So if you do, just extend the legs, maybe place a prop underneath the knees to support the low back a little bit more. But otherwise, if this feels okay for you, we're going to get deep into the hips to start. And then let's go ahead and take the arms overhead. Maybe grab opposite elbows or forearms if you're not quite reaching the elbows. It might feel a little bit better to grab the forearms and then just frame the head. So this will really open up the heart already, the shoulder space, the heart, the chest. And then we're just going to breathe here to start. So find some grounding breaths, closing down the lips, and then just breathing in and out through the nose. Maybe lengthening the exhales always feels good, just to let go of your day if you're finishing off your day with some yoga. Just getting rid of anything that's not serving you through the long exhales. Maybe feeling that sigh in the back of the throat. And just taking one more deep breath. And then just inhaling an intention for yourself. So maybe that's just happiness, like you maybe clicked on this video for, or just bringing anything or image or person to your mind that brings you happiness in your life. And as practice goes on, this will be a pretty quick practice today, but just focusing on that person, place, or thing, or intention that brings you that happiness, and really thinking about that image in your head as the mind might start to wander off or focus on someplace other than your mat, or maybe focus from a stressor from the day. Just really breathing that intention or that image to your heart space in your head. And then on the next inhale, just let the corners of the mouth just turn up. So just find a soft little smile to yourself. And then just start to blink open the eyes. Take the arms down beside you again, and then close the knees very slowly together like a book. If the legs are extended, go ahead and bend into the knees, plant the feet, and then hug the knees into the chest. So interlacing the hands on the fronts of the knees, maybe rolling out the ankles, rolling out the back if that feels good. And then we're going to move right into happy baby. So kick the feet up towards the sky, keep the knees bent, keep them out wide, and then we're just going to grab the outer edges of the feet and pull the knees into the chest, into the arms, and then just rock and roll side to side. So just like a little happy baby. Maybe as you roll to one side, see if you can extend that leg just a little bit. So you even get into the hamstrings, the backs of the knees, as you rock and roll, massaging out the spine, getting deep into the hips. Lots of good stuff going on. Good, coming back through center, releasing the feet, hugging the knees back into the chest, and then crossing the ankles, grabbing the tops of the feet, and then just rocking and rolling yourself up. So as many times as you need to, just rock and roll. Good, and then coming all the way through into all fours. So taking the knees underneath the hips, the wrists underneath the shoulders, and finding some cat-cows. We're gonna drop the belly as we inhale, take the gaze up, shoulders roll back, and then exhale into cat. Arch to the spine, shoulders roll in, chin comes to the chest. Keep moving. Inhale as you open and cow. Exhale as you arch and cut. Inhale, open. 2 more rounds. Really focus on that heart space opening. Shoulders roll back and cow. Inhale, open last time. And then exhale, press back into child's pose as you move through that cat. Bring the toes together. Knees can stay right where they are. Take them wider or together. Any option is perfectly fine. Take the arms out long. Make sure there's a little bit of space behind you because we're going to use that space behind your feet in just a moment. But go ahead and settle into child's pose here for 2 breaths. And then on the next inhale, we're going to lift the heart, take the hands towards your body and take them all the way behind you into a baby camel. So those fingertips are aiming towards you. Palms are going to lower down, and then we're just going to press the hips high, roll the shoulders back as we inhale. Exhale as you come through into child's pose. Inhale 2 more times back into baby camel. Exhale, child's pose. And then final time, baby camel. I'm going to hold an extra breath here and really press the hips high, roll the shoulders back. Good. This time we're going to skip child's pose, come into a tabletop. So walk the hands again underneath the shoulders, separate the toes, tuck the toes, and then lift the hips. Find a down dog. So this is also an awesome heart opener. You might focus more on the lower body usually in down dog, but just really focus on that heart space pressing back and imagining someone's pressing the upper back in between the shoulder blades towards your feet. So just really opening up in the heart space, pressing the heart towards the toes. Keep the knees as much as it feels good to bend them. So if they're all the way bent, that's totally fine. We're just really focusing on the heart. But if you want to extend them a little bit and keep a slight bend in the knees, that's okay too. If you want to pedal it out, just focusing on the upper body this time and breathing. Final breath here. And then make your way up to your hands, tippy-toeing the feet forward. Good. And then coming into forward fold. Inhale as you ragdoll yourself up, vertebrae by vertebrae, very slowly. Good. Coming into mountain pose, rolling the shoulders back, shaking it out. And then moving into a dancer pose. So from here, we're going to fix our gaze in front of us on something that's not moving. Pull in the belly button, so nice strong core to hold you steady. And then that right hand's going to come out beside you. Maybe have a wall nearby to grab with your left hand if that feels a little bit more stable. And then the weight's going to go into the left foot. The right foot is going to slowly lift up and bend into the knee as you reach back with that right hand. Here's where you might want to grab onto a wall or start to reach up with that left hand. So this is the first modification for dancer pose. If you want to stay here, if this feels really good in the quad and it feels like enough of a balance challenge, stay right here, roll the right shoulder open. Otherwise, see if it feels okay to reach forward, slightly bend in that left knee, and then press that right foot back. Reaching forward, maybe grabbing onto a wall or just an imaginary wall with that left hand, and then pressing that right foot really deep into the right hand. Good balance. Good. From here, we're just going to release that right foot very slowly. Find warrior 2. So maybe through a warrior 3, reach it forward, land on those right toes, and then open up, dropping that right heel 45 degrees, warrior 2. Shoulders are over the hips here, bend that left knee open, and then inhale, arms high, straighten through that front knee. Exhale, separate the arms, turn the left toes to face the same direction as the right. So towards that right side of the mat. And then heel toe the feet in just slightly. Toes are aiming towards the corners of the mat now. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, drop the hips low, bend into the knees, and then bend into the elbows. Find that goddess pose or horse pose. Press the knees open, heart opens, shoulders stay down the spine. And then inhale, bring the hips up, straighten through the knees, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, goddess pose, drop the hips. Inhale, star pose, reach it high. Exhale, back into warrior 2. Turn those left toes towards the front of the mat. Drop that right heel 45 degrees. And then opposite rainbow, that right arm forward, coming onto those right toes. Find that high lunge. Palms come together. Right foot comes up to meet the left. Good. Tadasana. Moving into dancer on the opposite side. Shake it out. Maybe grab a sip of water. And then we're going to move into the opposite side for dancer. So again, fixing your gaze on something that's not moving, grounding through that right foot this time. Have a wall in front of you or beside you. And then ground to the right foot. Weight goes into that right leg. Left leg starts to balance and bend in the left knee. And then we'll reach up with that right hand. Maybe just reach up with the right fingertips and down with the left knee. Or start to reach it forward as you fold the heart forward and then press the left foot back. Finding that dancer, slight bend in that right knee. Roll the left shoulder back. Maybe for some of us it feels better to grab the inside of the left foot. But either way, just grabbing onto that foot, rolling that left shoulder back. Good balance. From here, we're slowly going to release that left foot. Find that warrior 3 for a moment. Land on those left toes into a high lunge and then open up into a warrior 2. So left heels drop 45 degrees. Right knee is pressing open. Inhale, straighten through that front leg as the arms reach high. Turn the right toes to face the edge of the mat. And then exhale, arms open up. Heel toe the feet in slightly. Those toes are turning towards the corners of the mat. And then inhale the arms high. Exhale, drop the hips, bend in the knees, bend in the elbows. Goddess pose. Inhale, pop the hips up, straighten through the knees, arms reach up. Exhale, goddess pose. Inhale, arms back up. Exhale, goddess pose. Good. Inhale, arms back up. And then exhale, find that warrior two again. Turn those right toes forward, drop that left heel back. And then this time we're gonna windmill the hands down, frame that right foot, and press that right foot back to meet the left. Lower down to the belly. And then stack the palms as the elbows come out wide. Forehead rests on the knuckles. Shake out the hips a couple times here. Just let them shimmy side to side. Come to stillness. Good. Lifting up the head and then rolling onto your back. So now just rolling into Shavasana, because this is the happiest posture of them all. Getting set up, letting the toes fall out to the corners of the mat, that lower body fully settle in, the arms rest down beside you, shoulders tuck under the spine. And then we're just going to take one final cleansing breath. So to get rid of all the stale air in your body, we're going to take a deep inhale through the nose, fill up in the belly. Exhale out the open mouth. Good. And then just laying here as long as you need to, closing down the eyes, finding a soft smile, turning the corners of the mouth up, and just remembering that intention or that person, place, or thing that makes you happy in life. Bringing that to mind. And taking that with you, keeping it close to your heart, just knowing you can activate that thought or that mindful act in your head or this feeling right now in this moment at any moment during your day. Just creating your own place of happiness, your own place of peace in your head, no matter what situations surround you. Just feeling anything that does come up, does surface, and validating all those feelings. And then maybe just eventually turning it over to that place of happiness, resetting the mind, and having a beautiful day. Namaste. If you enjoyed this video and feel great, please subscribe to my channel so you don't miss the next flow.